Hello everybody, this is Serpent, and welcome back to another episode in the modded Let's Play. So in the last episode, we did some work on a little base, I believe right here. Oh, and I've zoomed in the wrong place. Yeah, you can see it there on the map a little. However, we didn't finish it. In fact, we did a lot. We have a lot left to go through. So I want to work on the mechanical aspect of it at the moment. So I have gone ahead and I've made a bunch of blank seals, and that's because we're going to be using golems for this. And in the last episode, or the one before it, no, in the last episode, we realized that golems weren't working, and that turned out to not be a problem with Thaumcraft, but a confliction within the ID section of the game between Thaumcraft and Mo creatures, or well, particularly Mo creatures, because apparently it was hogging up all the IDs, and there were none left. So we've I have fixed that by removing Mo creatures from the pack. Now I do actually really like that mod, but not enough to remove a very core aspect of my favorite mod. So yeah, for the moment it's gone. I'll see if I can figure out something to try and get it back. Maybe if I disable some of the monsters, then that'll free up some of the IDs. Maybe not. If not, then we'll just go on without it. Oh, and I've fallen off. However, you've probably noticed by now this little guy. He's doing lots of stuff. Not only is he farming the plants, but he's also replanting the plants, and he is collecting the stuff that drops. Normally you would have to have multiple things for that. However, in the latest Thaumcraft, I've been poking around with it a little, and things are pretty cool. You can have basically in the earlier Thaumcraft versions, you had one golem perform one task with one seal. Now, instead of putting the seal on the golem, you put the seals on the ground, and they issue instructions to all golems in the area. So you can see in this one that it is issuing the instructions to blue golems, and the other guy, the guy over there, is a blue golem, and some of them have different requirements. For example, this one, golems need deft and smart in order to accomplish the farming, and that's what this guy has. For example, if I pick him up, you can see he has smart and deft in that list of blue things. Get back to work. Now, in this area where I used to have a chest full of random food stuff, I have sort of moved over to a little bit of a better design. It's so ugly, but the main point of this is I can now create food recipes really easily instead of having to go through all of the things and do a lot of work. It's a lot easier at this point. Wow, this has taken a long time. But yeah, I have done that, and then I've also well, I guess I'll show you quickly. So say I want baked potatoes. There aren't any baked potatoes in this. However, I can make a baked potato by clicking on it a bunch of times, and this thing automatically puts potatoes into the oven. And now we're getting baked potatoes out the other end. So we have baked potatoes. There you go. So I want to move on from that now and try and figure out how to set up our smeltery system over in the smelting base, the other base. I want to figure out how to get golems to work that. So I will meet you over there with some supplies. So I have some supplies, this stuff, primarily. And I also have a bunch of things planned out from last episode. So this smeltery place, and then the storage building over here, and then also just some building supplies. Now, one other thing that I do have is the pipes and servos, and come to think of it, I left some stuff. So yeah, the pipes and servos. Now that's going to be used to take the stuff out of the seared tank, and well, no, out of the smeltery and put it into the casting basins. Not sure why I said any of what I said previously. Get out of here, tree. You're not wanted. Okay, so I'm going to, or I'm planning on doing, putting a bunch of drains right here, and then I will put those faucets on them, and I will have casting basins along here. Hopefully that will work. I don't know if you can put drains on the second level. They might have to be on the very bottom, and that would be a little inconvenient to move some stuff. So hopefully not. Where's the crafting table? Okay, so casting basin. There we go. And I can make 7. I guess let's try it with just 3 for the moment, because I sort of need some of these. Turns out we can make 4. Yeah, alright. So, why did I make these? I don't need those, that's why I have the pipes. Sigh. Seriously, why did I make those? I needed those things for the drain. Alright, in that case, I guess we will be smelting down some more cobblestone for seared bricks. Well, more of that stuff is smelting down as we speak, or, I guess being casted. We've got a lot of, we have a lot of, seared stone in the smeltery itself, but not a lot of it is actually, able to be cast and turned into bricks at a time. It's a slow process. However, we have these item ducts and no wrench. I'll be right back. And now we have a wrench. So we can, well, so these are item ducts, not fluid ducts. That's going to be a problem. Ugh, I'm not very good at this. Alright, so we'll have some fluid ducts here, and we'll have each of them connected to one of these smeltery drains, and that will pour into the casting basin, and then we'll probably have those blocks come out from that and go into a chest, and then a golem's going to move them from here to there, and hopefully filter them at the same time, if I can get that to happen. So, I have finally got myself the right pipes, and I think I have all the stuff I need. So, I want to now actually get this stuff working. So, yeah, I say and motion to all of it. So, what we have right now is just a bunch of servos and pipes leading into the different thingies, the different, casting basins. And I need to, from here, basically provide a method for this thing to take the stuff and put it into into a storage container when they've finished casting. Basically, the metals need to go into the things, turn into item form or block form, and then go into a chest. So there's the chest. And I want these. Oh, not this. These. Now I want these things to. Am I trapped? No. To, like I said, go from that into the chest. But it's going to be a little difficult to get to them. I guess I can just break this stuff. Now, it's also not going to look all that fancy, all that nice, so I might end up just making a bunch of covers. How do I do that? Cover. Structural duct. tin and lead. Really cheap. Nice. Okay, I can do that. Okay, I have these things now. So I think I should be able to do that, right? Yes. Nice. That actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. I even just as a visual block. And now we don't have to look at all that that piping. So that's good. Let's also try and get this stuff back in place. And where are they? Okay, put one there, and that as well. Nice. That actually looks good. Can I also? What did it take to put so many? Anyway, so now if I put some metal in here, which I can't at the moment because there's no tank and there's no controller, but if I were to be so bold as to put those things into this, then I should be able to get this to work. I think. Let me try and get that stuff ready and put it together because I do have all this seared brick that we just got. So there's the controller. What? Controller. What am I doing wrong? I can't spell. Here we go. So I just need one of these. And then I also want some tanks. Now I could do any of these things, really. Let's use the gauge. Let's not use the gauge. Alright, this seems to work fine. Okay. That's 3 tanks worth. And then I also wanted some glass. Although, I don't know, maybe I don't. The glass can be kind of cool, but it can also be a little bit out of place. Okay, I will do that, and then my controller can go here. Yeah. Like that. Like that. And oh, how about this one moves over as well? To there. I'm just trying to organize things in a vaguely aesthetically pleasing way. Now, I also want to fill up that thing, otherwise it won't work, the layer. So I might need a few more. I don't really want to use the bricks though, because they take longer to cast. So, let's see. Oh, I think I will need a bit more brick though. Ah well, I shall sacrifice it. And it still wasn't enough. Yes. I only overspent by 1. Nice. So I will sleep away the night really quickly, but after that we can throw some ores that I don't have into this thing and see how it works. I also need lava. I just remembered that. Great, I have the lava in there as well. So I should be able to put a little bit of lead in, and lead melts pretty quickly. I don't think it alloys with tin either. So hopefully this will end up working a little bit. Now we have that stuff in there, and if we take levers, I do believe I have levers. I believed wrong. Are they in here? They are. Gimme. Okay, so I will put the levers here. Can't put one there. Well then. So now if I flick this, so it goes into different basins. Also, where'd the tin go? Probably in these pipes. Okay, so I am actually going to have to filter these then. I was hoping to get away without making a different filter for each thing, but evidently that's not going to work. Why did I put item down there? Okay, so when I'm doing this, I'm going to have to create a filter for every metal that I want, and for every metal that can exist in the smeltery, basically. And I don't think that's too many. I might have enough here. No, I don't have enough. But I have a lot of them. So hopefully you guys again. Let's incinerate you this time. Last time it was just simply cursing them into oblivion, but this time feeling less germs. Anyway, so as we make these filters, we're going to have to melt down a little bit of the metal and take it out and put it in this here seared window or whatever. And we're going to take that and then bucket it, and then we'll end up with a bucket full of that, and we can put it into here and filter it, and then stuff won't get mixed up. So let's try that with our lead. Now I'm not sure I'm not sure how much it takes per bucket, how many ores I'm going to have to melt down for each bucket. I'm hoping it... Whoa, there was something else in there for a moment. I'm hoping it turns out to an even number, a nice even number, but I don't think that's going to be the case, sadly. We'll see. Why is there blood in there? That's what I'm wondering. Why is this? Oh, stuff got clogged. Blood got clogged up in here. Now, why is there? Oh. Ugh, I hate those things. those stupid slimes. Go away. Okay, I have done some work. So in the filtering department, also I shall turn my volume off because of that. In the filtering department, I have this thing. Now, whenever I want a thing to filter, I'll just pull this lever. I'll just oh, nothing in there. That makes sense. Yeah, so we'll melt stuff down, the thing we want to filter, and when it finally does... Okay, when it finally does, then we pull this lever, and we get some of it in here. We can take it in a bucket, put it in a filter like I already have, and then give it back to that, and flick that lever to drain it. And then that puts it back into the system. So, now we have this thing filtering out only seared stone, and it is doing so. All the seared stone is going in there. Hello? Huh. Why? Why is that not working? This doesn't make much sense. And that. And I guess we need more of that seared stone. I don't know why this stopped working though. I have absolutely no idea. It's working now. So I think thermal foundation, or thermal expansion, I mean, is bugged because I put, so for example, I put a filter in here for lead, molten lead. That is how you're supposed to do it. I checked with the bucket, and then I have over here a seared stone bucket filter, and it doesn't care. It doesn't give any inkling of a consideration to my filtering. Yeah, it's supposed to. So I'm whitelisting this, and I'm using NBT. Yeah. So basically, there's something wrong with the pipes there. So I'm going to try and use. I also tried it with the fluid cells. Those don't even go into the filter, and they're supposed to as well. What's this thing also? Interesting. So I'm going to try a fluid node or something. Yeah. Transfer node for fluids. I'm going to try this. Alright, I am liking how this is going. See, this thing has molten tin. Now that is promising. It's telling me that that it knows it's not supposed to do the other things. Now I'm going to see if I can. Actually, I'm not even sure if you can use stone. Okay, I guess you can. Does it turn into seared stone just like the other one? Good, good. Alright, in that case, I will throw in a bunch of these. And once we've got that done, once those are smelted down, I'm going to see if it will pull out the stone when I make the tin blocks with this. And hopefully it won't. Alright, this thing is filtered for molten tin, this for seared stone. And there is a bit of both in the system. So when I do this, the tin is going to come out first because it's at the bottom, even if I did this. Yeah, okay. So the tin is not getting pulled out from here, and it is only going in there. Now, hopefully the seared stone, yes, the seared stone is the only one that's going into that one. So that means these filters at least work, which is good because I don't think thermal expansion is updating to the to this version of Minecraft. They've moved on to a bigger and better 1.12. As coincidentally has Thaumcraft, which is really the main reason why I wanted to be working with 1.10. Although honestly 1.10 isn't a lot worse than 1.12, and Thaumcraft is still fine in this version. I would update, of course, except that updating means I have to update all the mods to 1.12, so not happening. Also, why am I taking so much damage? I know I don't have any armor, but even still, the skeletons shouldn't do that much damage. So now, every time we have a thing that we want to start filtering, we can easily do that by just taking the fluid out, using this thing, putting it in a cell, and putting it in one of these filters, and then we just put that in the thing here. So hopefully we have enough transfer nodes. That's my only worry, really. And other than that, it should be good. So now I want to move on from this. I want to move on specifically to the golem aspect. Now, like I said, we're going to be moving stuff from there to there, which is I guess it's a kind of long distance. Not really, but running a pipe from there to there would be ugly, and it's way more fun to use golems, so it's win-win using golems. Now, I want to store stuff in these chests, like I've said, and we'll have them taken from over there. So like I said, we have at the beginning of this video, we have new seals in Thaumcraft, and basically they issue commands to the golems in the area as opposed to one single golem. So I can put an empty this is empty, right? I wasn't quite reading. What is it? Yeah, I can put an empty seal onto that, and that will tell golems in the area to empty the stuff from that chest. And then I have store seals here, and that should mean that they store the stuff in these things here. Now I'm not sure if they'll also store them in these chests, or if it's just these, because they are two different objects. Remember, if I put something in this chest, I think that's that one. But if I put it up here, then that's that one. I'm not sure if they'll recognize that difference. So we have a golem here, but first I want to tweak with these a little. We have priorities in Thaumcraft now, so I'm going to give this this priority a priority of -1, and then this one -2, and then this one -3, and this one -4. Assuming they do know that this is one inventory. Now let's see what that does. So they should go and empty that chest, and then store the stuff in this one and then this one. Okay. I will put him here. Good. He can tell that one has a seal on it. I thought it might have been too far away. So cool. I thought the seals with the higher priorities were completed first. So maybe he can't reach this one. That would be kind of funny. Except he can by jumping on the crafting table. Alright, so he says that this one has a higher priority. I disagree. He has poor math skills. So what if we tweak it like that? Does he then stick with his idea of how math works? Absolute value system. He does. In fact, he even did it with the tin. Now that's interesting. Because I hadn't swapped this when it was still the tin. So what if that's -2 and that's -1 again? Was there just some seared stone in here and he thought he was being helpful by stacking it? That would be kind of smart. But I don't think so. Alright, we'll give him a job to do again and see what he does. Golems are so cool. Alright. Put it in the top one. You can do it. It's the top one. Wrong. Well, in that case, I'll let him do it this way and see how it turns out, and then I'll swap them and see how it turns out. So it seems that he doesn't really want to fill this one first, and I do also want, but I do want to see whether he'll fill it at all, because I'm not sure. Alright, so that thing's full. Now what are you gonna do? I've stumped him. Also, why do I have... What? What? Why was I... I have no idea what that was about. And now my jetpack and goggles seem to be gone. Ah, good. He does fill it when the other one gets full. But where are my jetpack and goggles? Ah, good. They are there. That was weird. I have no idea what that was about. But anyway, I was losing my train of thought there. What I want to do is make some more of those store seals so that we can accommodate these extra chests. The one that just disappeared. Hey! What was that about? What are these weird inventory problems? Alright, it worked this time. So yeah, I want to accommodate for these extra chests as well. Right now only those two have seals. I want all of them to have seals. So that requires some, let's see, seal. Some more store seals. And that's a Versio. I do think I have some of that. Do I have my seals on me? No, I didn't. Well, those inventory problems have sort of grown a little bit unbearable. So I'm trying to fix them just by closing and opening my world again. Hopefully reloading will help a little. Now, what I was trying to do before I decided to give up on that and fix the problem at hand was get those seals. So I was trying to throw some swords into the crucible, and then the seals, of course. But I crafted 4 swords. One of them made it into the crucible. 3 of them glitched back into the crafting table after I'd started throwing them into the crucible. Then when I went to get some quartz, I had problems. Okay, now it's working. I would craft a stack of quartz slivers, and then I would try to use them, except that when I did, I didn't have any quartz slivers. All I had was quartz, the quartz that I was trying to use to make them. So I threw a little bit of quartz in there by mistake, because as I threw the sliver, it turned into quartz. All right, it's good now. Thank goodness. I was getting worried because it's not good to leave this this cauldron full. Stuff decays, and then when it does, it releases bad things. And sometimes the taint stuff happens. Like we had to deal with that one time. Anyway, it seems to be working now, so I'll carry on crafting. Basically, I was just throwing this stuff in, and then seal, and then I need some more swords because my inventory can't hold any. Oh yeah, I also got this Everfull urn, and it is a huge help. Basically, it fills up this cauldron for me, so I don't have to wait for it to reboil every time I run out of water. That's been a big help. I think 4 is going to be enough. Yeah, I think so. So let's head back to smelting, and over on these chests. Poink, 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 poink. Excellent. So we should now be able to fill all of those up, and we should be able to smelt all of this stuff. So fingers crossed it actually works when I start trying it. In theory, it does. However, unfortunately, that's about all the time I have for today. My little golem buddy is rearing to go. he's very ready, but I'm not. We'll have to wait until next episode. So, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.